So we're back down to 6 now. Okay. So we've got the 5 of Pentacles, Achayaya, or Akayaya, we're so butchering these. The forbearing God, number 7. That's again, that's the number of the moment of the year at the moment. Patience reveals secrets of nature, spreads knowledge and industry. And Yesod, root, connection. So we've done this is the last one of the fixed sign, the fixed energies, and we've got to the root connection, Yesod. The dark, there is no more darkness within, it's all light within. There's blue skies, you can see the sun or Mars or whatever planetary energy that is, and all that darkness and toxins within is purging outwards. So you still may feel slumped and heavy and have aches and pains, but it's dispersing. The root connection has been made, and you're on the final stages of everything coming out now. So this is Scorpio, isn't it? Scorpio is the pelvis, the groin, the reproductive organs. Doing things where you cross your legs, maybe eagle pose, Garuda pose, and yoga, if you know any yoga, or sitting on your chair, doing like chair yoga with some twists and some crosses to help the purging of those toxins. Let's see what's going to be coming up here. Yeah, because we've got the devil again. That was in the last card. That was in Tauruses. Taurus and Scorpio are on the same axes, so it's going to be feeling like it's quite a challenge to. It's got a food in here, but it might not be food. But those unserving habitual patterns which you're wanting to release, there's going to be maybe a bit of bouncing, a bit in to and froing around it all. So as much as possible, if you can create, if it's a sweet craving that you have, if it's smoking, whatever it is, if you can find something that is similar to it but on the healthy version of it, and allow it to happen but balance out. So like if you drink and it's alcohol you're attempting to get rid of, then but it might even be that it feels like it's out of your control, and it's like your best friend and your partners and a work colleagues party, and so you're actually always around alcohol, but yet you feel like you're meant to be not drinking alcohol. When you go to them, have a drink, and then in between, so have your drink, and when that drink's over, have a pint of water, and then have another drink. So I doubt you'll drink the same amount as what you normally do if you have a pint of water in between each drink. But not only that, at the same time, you'll be flushing your system out and helping your liver. So you haven't just stopped the drinking, you're still doing it, but you're doing it in a healthier way, and you're being more compassionate with yourself. So the belief system is mega. If you want to look into Bruce Lipton, epigenetics, it's all about belief systems. If you want a book, Dying to Be Me by Anita Murakami, she, if you believe you're going to get fat by eating chocolate, then you'll get fat. If you believe that you can eat chocolate and not get fat, you won't get fat. Belief systems are big. We were talking about the child positioning before, tapping into that inner child and feeling free, putting yourself in different patterns, tapping into your imagination and creativity of what other form. That is going to help you dance from the darkness into the light. And stuff is the Six of Swords, but stuff that doesn't involve your mind, stuff that involves your body, ironically. Even we would say the root connection. Your psoas muscle holds all fear, trauma, and anxiety. Your psoas muscle are your hip flexors. The first muscle is the psoas major and the psoas minor. The first muscle to wake up as a baby, when the baby starts sitting up, that holds the deepest trauma. So doing some pelvis rocking or some pelvis motion, or blowing up a Swiss ball and sitting on the Swiss ball and bouncing up and down, or doing some figure 8 movements, stuff to shift the energies in the pelvis area. Walking backwards. This is a woman, and it looks like it's 3 men sitting around her. The date on the calendar is the 21st of June. What just happened on the 21st of June? That was 9 days ago. Where were the energies on the 21st of June? Did something happen on the 21st of June that caused any agitation? They all look pretty angry and pretty cross. Well, not all of them actually, but they do look pretty stern. He's taking notes. She looks pretty stern, and he looks okay. He's taking notes. So managing conflict, managing challenging conversations with this newfound emotional maturity, because you're using your breath differently, you're using your body differently, you're not letting the energies build up, and you've come at it with a better baseline. And it brings you into the Queen of Swords then. And that looks almost like a Venus sign up there as well on the calendar. You can't quite see it. I don't think you'll be able to see it with this camera. And this happy conversation. So if you do have friends or people you can chat with, but if you're like us and you don't see people, then spending time, quality time with animals, if you have animals, or spending quality time with yourself, reading or listening to music or dancing, giving yourself a foot massage, pampering yourself. Quality self-nurturing time. Bringing into the Three of Cups energies. And this is a nighttime celebration. There's a fire there again. And it's the full moon. So the Capricorn full moon, the devil is the card of Capricorn. The Capricorn full moon is happening on Monday. So be aware, the energies are going to get intense around devil energies, around maybe addictions, unserving habits. But they're not going to take over, because you've got free will and you've got choice. And you have the power and the ability and the strength to choose wisely, even if that choice is to have the drink or to have the ice cream, because you know you're just going to give yourself a little bit and then you're going to balance it out, as we've been saying. And the mountain's not really going to be that high at all to climb up. So yeah, the fixed energies axis is talking a lot about releasing the old unserving habitual patterns. It's going to feel like a challenge, but it's a fixed energy. Stuff like that is going to feel like a challenge. But utilizing your body and your breath and the power of your compassionate, nurturing, healthy parenting skills, you're gonna ride through it. But when we eat that, so when we were eating it today, though, we were getting, and we were talking about prebiotics earlier, your lemon zest, your zest of all your citry fruits, all that stuff's really good for prebiotics. So we used to grate that. We haven't done that for a while either. We've still got a bit left in the freezer, thinking about it, and then put it in the freezer, and then even blend it up in our little blender grinder thing to make it even smaller, to get to the smaller bacteria. because like if you've got worms in a compost, you want to chop, if you want the compost to decompose quicker, you chop the food up smaller. So if you're eating the whole food, this is what our little ones are telling us anyway. Some of us might have heard it from somewhere or learned it. I don't know. Consciously, we don't have those connections. But eating the whole food, I know Buddhist monks, they eat whole foods of everything. It's like whole food. It's not a whole food diet as in the Western conceptualization of. It's a whole food diet as you eat the whole of the plant. You don't like get your broccoli, chop the tree bits off of the broccoli and throw the stem away. You eat the stem as well. And so with the orange, you're eating all the zesty stuff inside as well, whereas when you're juicing it, you don't have all that white skin. But there's something came to us this morning, which is coming back to us now, that is when you eat the whole of the fruit, the whole of the orange with that stuff, there's something in that helps counterbalance the glucose or the sugar release or something. It's better for the body when we eat the whole of the food. There's all the nutrients and the bacteria and the makeup of the food in its whole form is beneficial to the body, to create wholeness in the body and a healthy mechanism. We're amazing quantum bioorganic computers. It's biomechanic. There's movements. You need to oil your machinery to keep it healthy. You need to oil this machinery to keep it healthy, and the type of oil and fats we use are important. And machinery, your smelting machinery, we're just going into horseshoes now, whatever it's called when you're smelting down the metal. 17 tier smelt. Proto God, so old that time has smelted all emotions within. War and fury have been hammered, reformed, made over, recreated, refashioned through the compassion to understand all shadows, all destinies as part of the whole, under the tutelage of Terre, all blows, all hammer clangs, and all strikes glow from the flow of love's breath he offers to all life. Wisdom is beauty and compassion, ageless. So that's pretty spectacular. There's been loads coming together there. You almost got like an angel in the background here. You got like the white angel and a dark angel. It almost looks like he's got some kind of form of weaponry, but it could be some form of tool or machinery to do the smelting. Because we've started, so we were talking about the faster vibrational energies coming down, transmuting it, the higher expanded unseen energies, transmuting it down through the body and grounding the energies in, so that rather than having outer body experiences, which aren't good for us with our dissociation and everything anyway, it's more about having the outer body experiences, but having those experiences in the body. And you've got the groundedness in the body, you've brought those energies down, you've navigated through the shadows, been able to do it with challenges, but mostly with ease because of your nutrients, bleeding out the old dirty oil and congestion, replacing it with your fresh new healthy oils, with your new awareness and your new knowledge, so that then the energies can start moving upwards again. Because when you do yoga and when you stand on the ground, it's all Newton's, every force, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It's one of Newton's laws. And when yoga, when you push your feet down, and we say this with a disconnection because this is how our body doesn't work, because our body is compensated with the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and the fibromyalgia and all the stuff to work in a way that presents a harmonious, working, strong body. That's a complete lie. So that we don't, because that's just, we're not going to get into that now, that's irrelevant. But what we're learning to do now, we're going to buy a rebounder. Well, we're not going to buy it. We've got air miles. Yeah, we're going to put our air miles into nectar points, aren't we? And purchase stuff off Argos or whatever, wherever you can buy stuff with nectar points, so that we're not spending money, and we've got our healthy money management continuing to come into play. to buy a rebounder, which is a mini trampoline, to get that force upwards. So it's talking about that wobbly ground again, that wobbly surface, so that it's putting least effort in but getting a maximum return. So if your body or your mind is exhausted and is tired, it's really hard and challenging to put in what we need to put in to do that self-nurturing to the extent that's needed. But that's what we're saying, you don't need to, less is more. And so when we press our feet into the ground, there's meant to be a feeling of a force going upwards through the body and through the muscles. But we can't tell you more about that because we haven't fully, whichever energies we are in now, we haven't fully experienced that. But we're excited to experience it, and it's coming. So yeah, if you've got anything at all that you can stand on that's wobbly or sit on, that same effect might be really beneficial to you as well. So that's Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio.